Balboa class, number 3.
This is Sydney.
This is Dan.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What did we cover today? You should know you were there. Or if you weren't, welcome to the review video. What we worked on primarily was a variation on the toss-out, which turned out to be multifunctional. We also then worked on volley variations, of which there were several more. But you could also then, again, include that toss-out variation.
And then we did out and ins.
We did do out and ins.
Yeah, so we will show you our toss-out variation first.
So just what a normal toss-out looks like first. So that was pretty standard. And this with the variation where you just don't let go and you run your hand over your follows. Well, you don't run it over her head, but the path it takes is over her head. So again, how you kind of get into that as a lead. What you're doing, conveniently I have a watch. You're going for that awkward watch check, not unlike in other dances where you're going for that turn of your follow. What's happening though here is that as you're turning her, your hand is still going for her back, and then you're just finishing off your come around, like at the end of a regular toss-out. Again, the only thing which changes is your hand on that, and it goes over instead of letting go and letting them turn back into you.
Yeah.
Moving on to the volley variation, we did start with the leads again, and we introduced a sweep instead of a tap step. So what a normal volley looks like, tap, step, tap, 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 sweep, tap, sweep. And again, even though we introduced this as a leads variation, follows are welcome to do it as well because there's no risk of you hitting each other. Important notes about the sweep is that it is literally a sweep.
It is not a kick.
You don't have any bend in your knee when you're going for it. You're not kicking a ball. You're not kicking your follow because that's mean. You literally are just lifting your leg and bringing it back.
The motion comes from the hip. Yeah. For follows, we did a meat variation that looks something like this. Touch, 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 touch. You can switch it.
Leads, again, it was very important for you to maintain a stable posture, consistent movement. You want to be a really good rock and a platform for your follow to do all these cool variations on. She is counting on you.
Touch.
Again, make sure that you're not moving her around because that then makes things really difficult for her and then she'll go back and stop doing her cool stuff.
So leads, you want to make sure that you wait until your follow is done her cool variation before you lead her out of it, unless you are sure she is on the right foot.
Which is actually the left.
That. In order to get out of it. Yes, just play with that one and have fun.
Other variations that we just quickly showed you didn't really explain because, hey, where's the challenge in that?
And as we said, you can also get out of that with your toss-out variation as opposed to your regular toss-out. And finally,
the out and ins. Unfortunately, we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time on this. Don't feel bad. This is something that you'll get to work on a lot, and it's something that I think everybody works on a lot. We started getting into it with the leads using a transition step. And what this step looks like, it replaces the 3 and 4 on the first half of your basic. So normally your basic with the uphold is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when we replace that 3 and 4 with it, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We have this sort of cross happening in front. Again, it's small. I'm showing it a little bit exaggerated here just so you can see what happens. And then all your weight does end up on your left foot as a lead. This prepares you to go into the out and in motion of the out and in, how aptly named.
Follows, you are doing your regular uphold. Do, 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 ba, 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 ba. until your lead does that transition step. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, back and forward, back together, forward, back together, forward. You should feel your lead leading you away and together.
Leads, there is arm motion here. Once you are going for that out and in, you are leading your follow away. And again, your hand hold on her back does change. So you are then holding on to her shoulder blade. You have that out and in motion, which you're leading your follow in. Out, together, in. Out, together, in. As I mentioned, on that in, it is 2 counts, and you do want to keep moving through it. Otherwise, it feels really jerky. So go. Don't do that. Caveman bow. And then once again, to get out of it, you will have an out together in on your right side, and then when you go for your left, out together, come around. And you're back to your regular. Really cozy, really nice. Little crazy things.
And that was our class.
Come back next week. So it'll be a surprise whether we have guest instructors or not.